International Affair with Simone Amelia on the Cut Channel Dash Radio. This is my new radio show, obviously. My special guest, Lyfe Jennings, who we go back a very long way. Why are you looking at me like that for?
I'm just running to change the Cut TV.
No, it's all changed. It's all changed. You're in New York, Tree of Life. You just announced the artwork. The new album drops June 23. New York's a very special city for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you always love coming back here?
Yeah, I definitely love coming back here. Like you just really pull it close.
Pull the mic a little closer. There you go.
So yeah, you just get a really opportunity to see the hustle, get back into the grind.
Yeah.
Other places just real pretty. They may have grind, but it's a pretty grind.
Right. Exactly.
This is the grind for real.
This is, and it's a shame, I guess, because when you come here nowadays, it's all work, right? You don't really get to enjoy the city too much anymore.
Yeah, it's mostly work. It's mostly. But I get a chance to run through Brooklyn or something, man. Run around.
I know you always have your Brooklyn Nets hat on, always representing.
Keep it on.
So the first time we actually interviewed, I remember you were living in Brooklyn. We did a phone interview for my magazine in Australia, and it was the first coverage you had in Australia, and it was for the first album. And then we interviewed many times over the years. And I was watching our old interviews, and in 2010, when I Still Believe came out, you adamantly sat next to me and said, "This is my last album. I'm never recording anymore."
Right,
and here we are.
we really don't even know I don't know what's going to happen when I walk out this door.
Exactly.
So, I play it by ear.
You actually said to me at the time that you wanted to spend more time with your kids, first and foremost, and you wanted to grow in other ways. Do you feel like you've done that?
Yeah, I've always spent a lot of time with my kids. Growing in other ways, it's always a work in progress. But yes, to both questions.
Okay. So it says in your press release for this Tree of Life release out on June 23, you describe it as your most personal work to date. And I was like, how is that possible when every work you do?
I didn't write that. I don't know where that came from.
I
did not say it was my most personal work to date. Everyone is personal. Every album is like a snapshot of what I've been going through the last 2 years before that album came out, and all of them are the most personal.
Exactly. I know. I feel like the first album was obviously
the most personal up to then.
Most personal. Right. Yeah.
Right.
So let's get into some music. Pretty is the single.
Right.
I guess introduce the track and talk a little bit about the concept behind it.
The track is called Pretty Is, and it was, it's a dancer song because there's so many women out here. It's almost like
a dancer song.
Yeah, a stripper song. It's almost an epidemic of, women wanting
an adult entertainment song, yes.
Right. And so I just wanted to give them some advice. So everybody talking about get your money and focus on the money, this, that, and the third. But I want you to also focus on your mental welfare.
It's interesting you just said it's like an epidemic. I guess living in Atlanta, does it feel like an epidemic?
Does it feel like epidemic in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like probably 1 out of every 3 girls in Atlanta is a dancer.
Statistics, right?
I'm just assuming because I met a chick and, gonna find out she's a dancer,
You said you've dated?
I have dated dancers, yeah.
Would you enter into a serious relationship with a girl that dances?
I would enter into a serious relationship with anybody that was worthy of me entering into it with them.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, so let's get into Pretty Is. Lyfe Jennings will be back International Affair. Wake up, Lyfe Jennings. Lyfe Jennings is here with me.
I just be laid back like this.
I know.
In case something happen, I need the energy to be able to handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know when you get to your age, it gets a little tough. No,
my goodness.
We'll get into age issues later. But Tree of Life is the album, June 23. I think that it's a very different concept for you when you go back over the album titles that you've had. I Still Believe, everything's been very kind of self-explanatory, but Tree of Life seems a little deeper. So are you in a different space right now when it comes to approaching the songwriting process and themes and concepts, stuff like that?
No, I'm not actually in a different place. I write it how it comes. I think the Tree of Life is, I just felt like everything is so situation focused. This happens, so I'm gonna do this, or materialistic focus. And I think they done got away from the people. You know what I'm saying? And the Tree of Life is your connections with the people, not with things, not with situations. Because at the end of the day, you create your own tree.
I feel like human connections has always been a strength of yours, and you've always been a voice for the voiceless over the years. What type of feedback have you gotten over the years that's actually kept you going? Because like we said, you were going to quit music at one point. Is it the fans that have kept you going?
It's definitely the fans. Like when I get them all the time, just messages from fans like, this helped me get over this in a relationship, help me go back to church, help me see more of my kids, manned up and stepped up, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff, man.
It's crazy because when you said you were going to quit music in 2010, I asked you why, and you said, well, you know, Erykah Badu's coming back out, D'Angelo's coming back out, and I feel like they're going to maybe fulfill part, like where I'm at in my music. They might come back and maybe let me take a seat back and bring real music to the forefront again. But as I explained to you, they're a little more esoteric than you were, and you really speak to an audience in a very simple, real way that connects like no other R&B
You calling me
does.
ratchet?
Am I calling you ratchet? I have drunk a few times with you, so we have had a couple drinks together. No, I'm saying that what you do is it's relatable, obviously. Actually, I was dating a guy once, and I said he didn't like any R&B. He was all hip hop. And I was like, let's go to, I said, I know which artist he's going to like. It's going to be the same one as me. I was like, let's go to a Lyfe Jennings show. And he was like, that I can fuck with. He was like, because he didn't like he felt everything else was kind of too soft. And, you know, your music spoke to him on a masculine level. So obviously, like you said, you connect to people on that level, I think. And the artwork is very interesting. Talk about the artwork.
Again, it was just the people in the tree, like the people make
Where'd
up
you
the
see
tree.
it?
Artist, what's the artist name that actually took the picture? Baki.
Okay, and you saw it on social media?
No, I actually was just, I looked through some art journals and stuff, and I actually saw something similar to it.
Okay.
And so we reached out to him, and this is what we came back with.
And he was like, yeah, cool, go ahead.
Yeah, he's a great photographer.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of connecting with people, I wanted to switch the flow a little bit. You've done some great features on other artist tracks. Actually, Raekwon's about to come out with a new album. Yes,
Okay.
he is. And you're on a track called Catalina, which is a great song. And I wanted you to introduce that. And we'll play that just to switch up the vibe a little bit. How did you connect with Raekwon?
Oh, Buster, that's my partner. So Buster called me like, yo, I want you to do this record with, Raekwon.
Yeah.
And I always been a fan. I just had never, we had never hooked up. We've always been said we was going to do something. Okay. So when he sent me the record, and it was like Dre did the beat, I was
Dr.
like,
Dre produced it, right?
Yeah, I was like, I'm definitely on that.
Do you rap like the people? Do you rap like without people knowing?
Yeah, I rap some. I'm nice too.
Yeah.
I'm nice, just like everybody else. I'm nice.
Yeah, right. Want a freestyle? No.
Don't make me.
All right, let's play Catalina, International Affair with Simone Amelia. On the Cut Dash Radio.
Where is he? Concentrate on the job. Don't disturb him.